Bill Wilson Center is the only runaway and homeless youth shelter in Santa Clara County. We help kids build connections to the needed services so they can be successful. We provide housing, counseling, education. We get these kids back into school. We find them jobs. We teach them the skills they need to be successful. Today you're going to hear 3 stories from kids that we've helped here at Bill Wilson Center.
When I was 11, my mother had to go to jail and I had to go into foster care. And I moved from group home to group home, and I stayed in foster care and emancipated at 18, but I had nowhere to go. So I was homeless. When you're homeless, it's just like being in foster care. Everything's unpredictable. You're not going to be in one place for very long, and you're not in control really that much of anything. I was depressed, I was mad because you don't have anything. You don't even have a warm place to go home to. You don't have food. It's just complete helplessness.
Growing up, my mom and I relationship, we weren't very close. She wasn't really around, and she was on drugs, and she was prostituting, and we were living from house to house, men to men. I always felt uncomfortable, and I had really bad self-image problems. I used to throw up my food a lot, and I used to cut myself. I wouldn't talk about my feelings to anybody. I would just go outside and go walk and cry and cry and cry, go sit into a little corner or something and just cry my eyes out.
Always been with family, but it was always through the foster care system. My family doesn't have a lot of money, so that was the only way they're able to do it. I've pretty much been apart from my mom since I was off and on since I was about 3. She's addicted to drugs, and my father really never took interest in me. It was a good thing that I stayed with family members, but since I bounced around so much, I did feel this sense of not being wanted. It's a really ugly feeling, especially as a child. After I was emancipated, all of a sudden my support group shrunk to nobody. Pretty much had no one to depend on but myself. There's several times where I didn't have anywhere to sleep, where I slept in my mom's car, or a whole bunch of places where I never thought that I would be.
The Bill Wilson Center helped me with counseling, being able to wash my clothes, take showers. I would go there for food, and they gave me a reason to try. Some glimmer, I should say, of hope that it was possible to do something with my life, that I wasn't going to be stuck like that forever. And the whole time there's people behind your back that are always willing to help you. It was just a wonderful support system to have, especially for me, someone coming from foster care and someone coming from my background and not having a support system at all. It was just nice to not be alone.
My counselor at the Bill Wilson Center, she really cares about me a lot. She helped me find myself. She helped me find the person that I was within. I'm more open now, and I have more self-esteem, and I know how to handle my emotions really well. She helped me overcome my body image problems, and I wasn't cutting myself anymore, and I wasn't crying into little corners, and I felt wanted, and it felt good because I never had that before in my life.
I can't even describe how much I love my son. When I got threatened with not being able to see him anymore, I had this fire burn under me that I really needed to do something in order for me to be the father that I wanted to be to him. Bill Wilson Center completely changed my life. Besides having somewhere to stay, They help you accomplish goals to basically get you jump-started in life. I was able to determine what I wanted to do with my life as far as my career. And the other part is also, refining my skills as a parent. And that's what they do. They teach you better ways to be a role model to my son and to parent him and to be the father that I know I can be.
While I was homeless, I found out that I was pregnant. And Bill Wilson Center placed me in their Transitional Housing Program so that when I had my daughter, both her and I would have a place to stay. It was really comforting, knowing that when my daughter was going to be born, she had a place to go home to, that I had a safe place for her to be, that I didn't have to worry about keeping a roof over her head or keeping her warm at night, or even worrying about having to do this by myself, because I was surrounded by a whole bunch of other mothers. And that was also a big help, because that was another support group for the next transition in my life.
The Wilson Center, they gave me that reassurance that they were always going to be there for me. They're going to help me through it, and they're not going to give up on me. Before, I felt like I was lost and I didn't really care about myself. They showed me that I could do it, and there are more things to life than just the bad things that happen to me.
Me and my son are great. I believe it's just my whole purpose is to be his father, and I'm able to do that so much better now. He's like the joy of my life. He is my motivation. So I believe now, like more so than ever, that I'm living my life by an example. Bill Wilson Center pretty much is responsible for everything that I have right now. It was just an amazing transformation as to my confidence and what I can do with my life. And I am forever grateful, and I couldn't express that in words. I couldn't be able to really say enough things in order for them to really know that.
The Wilson Center has a lot to do with what I become today. Without them, I don't know where I would be. I'm doing good right now. I have a lot of stability. I'm just getting my life together. One piece of a puzzle at a time, like step by step, slowly but surely, but it's really going great for me.
I'm very thankful for Bill Wilson Center. They really were interested in helping me. I feel like I'm accomplishing something. I feel like I'm striving towards something. It gives me hope that I can just keep advancing and keep striving, and that everything will just go better, and I'll keep moving up, and that, the farther I get away from where I was, the better. And every day I'm making another step farther away from that, closer to my dreams.